Hey there, Rachel Cook here, founder of the Yogipreneur and creator of the Yogipreneur's Guide to Conscious Business Design, with more great interviews from mamapreneurs who've been inspiring me. Today I have with me my super top secret ninja mama, Amber Kinney. And Amber is like incredible at so many things. I can't even really describe what she does, but she just makes everything that I don't like to do work incredibly, and has been an amazing resource for me to manage all of the little details, nitty-gritty stuff. So I wanted to take a moment and say, hi, Amber.
Hey, Rachel. Thanks for that.
I'm so glad you were able to join me today. So you have had quite a journey down the entrepreneurial path, and I'd really love for you to share with everybody kind of how you started and where you're at right now.
For sure. I started where a lot of us start, by leaving my job when I first had my first child, because we always start at the end. And from there, I spent a few years being a stay-at-home mom and doing a little part-time work here and there, and really kind of came to the conclusion that I wanted to do more, but I wanted to be able to do it while still taking care of my kids, and making sure that they were still the priority, but I wanted to have that other side of me that still got to contribute. And so from there, I started working with some local yoga studios in Denver and Boulder, and I did a lot of their operations, a lot of their back end, and some event planning, and a lot of the little stuff where you could do it from home, or you could be on the back end and make everything run a little bit smoother for all the people that were out there teaching the classes or presenting the events and all of that. And I stayed with them probably for close to 5 years, doing that just from home and part-time and a little bit on site. And then when I left the studios, I took the summer off to kind of hang with my kids, see what we wanted to do, see what the next step was. And I was so fortunate to have made so many good friends that had their own small businesses. And after a while, it just kind of started to naturally evolve to where I would tell one friend I would help them with their back end and helping their business run a little bit smoother, a little more efficiently, kind of help them have some operational ease in their life. And then another friend would come along, and so I'd help them too. And so that's kind of where I am today, is I've really been lucky enough to kind of grow my business into working with friends, like to make their businesses easier on them and help them get their word out. So that's kind of where I am today. That's
so fantastic. That's great. And tell everybody who doesn't know exactly what back end means. What type of things do you mean when you say that?
Sure. I do all the stuff that most people don't really like to do. Right. I love the details. I love to figure out how the email is going to get out. I love to make sure that the systems are in place for your conference call, for your emails to go out, for your program to work with web teams to make sure your website does what you're going to say it does when you're on the phone. I like to work with customer service and make sure that all your emails are answered and responded to in a timely manner, and that all your orders are shipped out if your orders, or that your downloads are done correctly and able to be delivered right away to your customers. So really kind of to put systems in place to make sure your customer service level maintains and has a little bit of ease.
Yeah, that's great. And those are a lot of things that most people have a hard time managing, all those little details. But that's something that you like to do. It's just fun for you.
I do. Right? Like, I know so many people's gift is to share their message with the world, and I prefer to give my strengths and my talents is to help them get their message out there a little bit easier, so that they don't have to worry as much about some of the day-to-day stuff of keeping everything up and running.
Oh, that's so fantastic. And tell us a little bit about this entire journey while being at home with your kids. I know that that is why you started this entire path. So tell us a little bit about what that experience has been like.
You know, it's been great because I'm still here. Like, I still am the person that takes my kids to school every morning. I'm the person that picks them up every day. I jam pack as much as I can in the time that they're at school. And my sort of evolution kind of has occurred as they've grown up. So while they were younger, I didn't work quite as much, but now that they are in school every day, like I get as much as I can done so that when they're done at about 2:30 or 3, I can still be their mom and I can still do their homework with them, and we can sit and have a snack, and they still get that level of interaction from me, but I'm still able to contribute on a different level when they're not here.
That's so great. And that's exactly what I'm wanting to do as well as my kids grow up, is be the primary person that they're with. And that's why I think a lot of moms, turn to creating something on their own.
I think so too. And it's great, especially you'll see when your kids, like as they grow up, they get used to it. And like this summer, my daughter is determined that she's going to be my assistant and help me work all summer while she's out of school. And I'm like, I don't know if you know what you're committing to, but we'll give you some stuff to do. So I think it's really been a great balance, not only for me, but for them to get to see that as well, that they can have a flexibility and it doesn't become just like, oh, a job, like I have to grow up and have a job. So it's been a really good example, I think, for them to see as well.
Yeah, I think it's an incredible example. I remember, I was working in my dad's business since I was like 12, and that had a huge impact on me, being in a small business. So I'm sure it'll have a huge impact on all of our kids watching us do our own thing and loving it.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for people to see, like a chance to, just like you said, do your own thing and enjoy it rather than feeling like all they're doing is growing up to have the job job that they have to go to. So.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, what's been the greatest challenge for you balancing, working for yourself and still raising your kids, especially probably when they were younger? I'm wondering because, my kids are almost 1.5. So I'm definitely getting into that challenging time here.
Yeah, you definitely have a challenge on your hands. And I can tell you it gets easier, so just know that and keep that in your mind. My biggest challenge has always been finding a balance, and not a balance that's like 50-50 or anything like that, but just I love what I do. So sometimes I can find myself just in my office still going when I know I'm like, you've done more than enough for the day. Like it's the enoughness that I can take that step away that sometimes is a challenge for me. It's a blessing and a challenge all in one.
Yeah,
so
I have that challenge too, for sure. I totally made myself take a nap earlier today because I was like, okay, I'm ahead on my to-do list. I can go, nap while the babies are napping. I don't need to just plow through more stuff.
Right, like giving myself permission not to feel like I continually need to be in here or in my office or doing work. Like that, I've done what I set out to do for the day. Like it's okay to stop and go have fun or go, even if it's earlier, take everybody and do outside and have some extra time. So that's really kind of the giving myself permission to take it easy when I can, for sure, is my biggest challenge.
That's awesome. And what has been, the absolute greatest reward for you?
The absolute greatest reward for me is every day when my kids leave school and they come running out, and they all both still will come up running out and give me hugs. Like, for me, that one moment of my day makes anything else and everything else totally worth it.
That's so...
Sure.
Oh, that's awesome. I can just imagine them just hugging you and giving you all that love.
Yeah, totally, right away. And my son now tries to tackle me, but I consider it a hug.
Totally. It totally is. And he'll probably continue that for a long time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, if you had to look back on your journey, right